All right, let's talk structural framing plans. And normally this is not something that would happen on a residential project, but we're going to go through the exercise of doing it um, just so you'll get an understanding of how it is. So we're going to start, come over here and open up, expand your structural plans. If you do not have one that says top of foundation wall, if you do not have that, then go to view, plan views, floor plan, structural plan, and then select the top of foundation wall level out of this list here, okay? All right, and then I'll bring it in. Now let's set our scale to 3/16. Normal, fine is good, visibility graphics. Basically, I turned everything off. So if you select all and then click the buttons until it turns everything off, and notice I'm on multiple here, architecture and structure. And then I came back in and turned a couple of things back on. Let's see, yeah, detail lines, columns, I turned those on. Lines, all of my structural stuff is turned on. Annotation categories, um, turned a lot of things off and then turned a few things back on. The things that are turned on deal with structural stuff. The big thing is right now I've got like reference lines and planes off, elevations off, dimensions. I think dimensions are off. Yeah, dimensions are off. General annotations are on. We will need that on because that's where some of our stuff falls in. Um, looking to see if there's anything. No. And then of course all the structural notes and things like that. Okay. I think that takes care of that. Underlay none. View range, I've got this set at top of foundation wall, 1 foot, 10 inch on the cut plane, bottom at 1 inch of top of foundation wall. Okay. And then what you should see is um, the dimensional lumber on top of the beam, all of your joist, and then the end joist that you rolled around with. And then, of course, that's the sill plate sweep that we did. Okay, so that's what you should see. All right. And once we go to, oh, and just in case, the discipline over here should be structural. Okay. Now, if any of your joists or these things are not showing up, then select one and come back over here and make sure structural usage is set to joist. That should have happened, quite a while back. Okay, and so that's pretty much it. Now we're going to bring in these floor joist arrows, which is in the package that I gave you, the files. It's just a floor joist arrow. So you're going to bring it in and the 2x10. I don't think you're going to have to edit it. You may have to edit. There's various links of it, and I just chose a 12-footer across there because it fits in. And then I just aligned it kind of to the center of one of the joists so that you're able to read the text. Okay, so I put 2 in at that end. Here I just did a text note of a 2x10 joist, or excuse me, two 2x10 joists, the double. Okay. And then eventually we're going to hide this one here. It should be set to architectural anyway. Okay. Because we will be showing a section through here for our column and our column footing. Now we'll get that later. Not right now. Okay. And then next, We'll create a sheet S, and we'll call it S1 framing plans, and bring in your floor framing. And then we're going to create one for the roof also. Now, remember, I set up this, where is it? Let me see. Okay, so I used structural first top of wall, first floor top of wall. I don't know if you got that level or not. If you don't have it here, go to views, floor plan, structural, and then pull it in. Okay, let's see what happens if I change this to structural. Yeah, okay, so this one will leave as coordination. Okay, I've got it set to coarse because I really don't need the wall detail. Okay, as far as the things, visibility graphics, once again, I turned a lot of stuff off, much like in the other one, turned a lot of stuff off, and then still had to hide some things because if you remember, we made this wall around the cabinets. We used a wall family, so I had just had to select that and hide it. Okay, so the walls around the cabinets there were hidden. Just a lot of things get hidden. What I want to show is my full height walls. Okay. Oh, that's the roof thing. I got to play with my and I wanted to show my beams there. Do I want that coarse? No, I want that medium. Okay. And what I've given you here is a wood truss span arrow. And so you'll bring it in, set your length. I think I used 10 feet on all of them. I don't know. The problem with this thing is this is one of those, it's an old symbol, and you used to be able to apply labels to general annotations. The newer version of software, you cannot do that anymore. So to make changes to this, you have to edit the family, and then even editing the family, it makes it difficult to edit the label. So I did edit the family before I gave it to you, and I set it up like so. And then I just put a text box under it for which particular truss profile it is that we're using. Okay. Down here, same thing with this. This one I brought in is a wood girder truss span arrow. Okay, and so I brought it in. I didn't change any of the text in it, but I did edit the length of the line. So it says tail length at 21 feet. That gets it across the walls all the way across. Okay. Um, Leader notes on those different things for those various things. But I want to play with my view range here. This is top of first floor wall because it's picking up the roof stuff. What did I lose on that? Oh, I lost that wall across the roof there. So is still picking up that little corner of the wall right there. Okay. Well, if we go back to course, I think I'll leave it at course. Okay. Uh, I'm just trying to plug my view range to get my walls looking, but that looks okay the way that that is. The main thing we're trying to do is show what trusses are going in what area, and then where we've got lintels and where we've got beams. And of course, that's set at 3/16 inch. Renamed it here, roof framing, and then I pulled it into my structural drawing there. Okay, and so that's got our structural plan. And looking at my notes, oh, the attic access hatch. We need to show those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on an underlay. Oh, but it's not showing up. Oh, I've got it hidden. That's fine because of my visibility graphics. So let's unhide those temporarily. What if I turn that back off? Okay, so I didn't need the underlay. Okay, so let's draw some lines on top of those. Just like that. And we'll come to this one here. Now this is after the fact that you've got these in the final location of where you want them. All right, now I go back to my visibility graphics. And turn off generic models again. Okay, and so that shows my attic access panels that I would need to know the location of them because the roof framing guys need to know where those are so that they can fix that stuff up. Okay, and so that looks good for our roof plans.